Yeah, I think how it's built up over this whole tournament and England getting as far as they have so far is excellent. And it's just great to see that the country getting behind them.
What do you think our chances are? I mean, you know, people are saying, well, we could do better than the men have managed to do so far. I mean, could we be taking home the trophy?
I think England are playing their best football that they have in years. So we are definitely seeing the best Lionesses team that has existed in the recent years. So they've got a very, very good chance. But ultimately, you know, the best four teams are in the quarterfinals. So, you know, there hasn't been any upsets yet. So, you know, I think it's going to be a real tight game tonight.
I think I've recovered from my coughing fit, so I'm back in action. I wondered if it's caught on, because I have a little girl myself, she's 7 years old, and I've never really seen little girls being too enthusiastic about football. Now that they're seeing sort of women playing, do you think it's going to catch on and we might see little girl footballers running around?
Well, being a head coach, I certainly hope so. I think if we can inspire a new generation, or even the little girls out there that have never been interested to get involved, absolutely. I think, you know, we'll see fruition on this. You know, people in stadiums, in the WSL and Championship, hopefully. But hopefully it rolls on and we get so much more support. And whether that's your 7-year-old getting on a football or a 70-year-old coming to watch our games, I think if we can inspire people to come and watch our sport, I think that'll be a great thing that the Lionesses and the tournament has done for the country.
Is there any difference between the way the men's game is sort of organised and looked after and managed and afforded, and the women's game as well? Because male footballers are on ridiculous amounts of money. You know, the millions and millions and millions where clubs are paying, you know, through the nose during the transfer window or whatever it's called. But I'd imagine the women's game doesn't exactly invite the same sort of revenue.
No, it doesn't at the moment. There's some, you know, bigger clubs that put a lot of money into the women's side of things, but it's more than just money for us, for clubs, for people involved. It's something that we've been striving for. So the more professional the teams become, so, you know, for example, us at Bristol City, we are a full-time club, so all our players get paid. The Championship, so Tier 2, is getting more and more like that, and I think the bigger that we can get to where women can play football and be paid for their profession, what they're excellent at, the better. So, yes, the money isn't the same. A lot of things aren't the same, and there's good things and bad things about that. Obviously, people should be paid what they're due, but at the same time, you know, I think if you went to a men's game then a women's game, you'd see that the atmosphere is different, and that's one of the really, really good things about women's football is, you know, I think you could take your children, you could take your granddad, and you'd have a really good experience because it's different, and hopefully that's what people fall in love with, and we get further and further, and it develops down the years.
And what will you guys be doing, should I say you ladies, the Bristol City Football Club, the women's team, to cheer on the Lionesses? Are you organising some sort of social, like get-together, or watch it together on the big screen?
We have been watching a few of the games down at our Ashton Gate, so our stadium. So we have been there a couple of times. I'm not sure. I think everyone will be doing their own thing tonight. We've got a few mix of players in. So we've got a few Welsh players, Irish. So it's not that everyone's cup of tea, but I'm sure everybody will be watching it, but I'm not sure who they'll be supporting.